Yes. Welcome back, everybody. I am so excited right now because I have a producer in the house, y'all. A producer in the house, Miss Emelyn Stuart, y'all. She's in the building. In the building. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited. Producer.
It sounds bigger than it is.
Listen, you do a lot. You have your own company, and it's fantastic. Everything that you do in all your endeavors and how you link up with so many people, and you bring out the best out of people. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Actually, my background is real estate.
Wow.
And somebody came to me with a short film and wanted to produce it, and I read it and I thought, wow, this is really funny. But he had no money and no resources, but had this dream and this script that he had been carrying around for about 5 years. And I said, you know what, I have some friends at some of the networks and I know a couple of people, so maybe I can do it. So I called them up and I said, hey, I want to go ahead and produce this short film. They were like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
With your own money? So I went ahead and did it, and the film won a bunch of awards, and it did really well. And from that point, it was more about, wow, I could actually take someone's dream and make it happen.
Yes.
Because I have access and resources that some of the people in this industry don't have.
Yes.
Especially the young people. So that was an amazing opportunity for me to help someone who had faith and had been just praying that someone would come along and help them, and they never lost faith. So that's really what got me started. And ever since then, I've been dedicated to helping the independent film community to get their projects seen on television and film, and we have web series going to cable, lots of great things happening.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot right there.
It is.
How long have you been doing all this?
4 years.
Wow.
4 years.
Wow.
But I've had a lot of support, and I always say I have really good roots in Jesus.
Yeah.
So that really gives me strength, because the entertainment business is not easy.
Yes.
There are a lot of distractions, a lot of temptations, a lot of issues. And as a woman who's a producer, there aren't that many of us, especially in the independent film world. There are a lot of challenges. And if I didn't have the relationship that I have with God, I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't be sitting here telling you this story today.
Oh my goodness. And just you being able to stay focused. You know, were there ever some moments that you were looking, you know, even while doing this and helping so many people, that you're like, God, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I'm tired.
Absolutely. I try not to grow weary in well-doing, but there are many days where I get up and I say, I when I have a short film that was on CBS 2 weeks ago, and as I sat in my living room, I thought, what am I doing? Who did I think that I am, that I could do this? But I was called to do it.
Wow.
And so even when it's difficult and when it's painful, and there's so many challenges, and I have a family, so there are so many other issues that I have to deal with as a woman as well, as a mother. I just know that I'm supposed to be doing it. And so all along the way, I'm being helped. And when I can't walk, I'm carried by the Lord. So.
Wow. And you're just saying so many things that I it just you whether you know it or not, you're speaking right to me, because that just seeing you, that's an encouragement.
Amen.
With all that you're doing, plus you're a mother, plus you have your own company, you're seeing the fruits of your labor, but knowing what your calling is. Because a lot of people they'll start off and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but they're not faithful to it, and they don't really want to sow into that dream and sow into the call that Christ has told them to do. And just to see that you said yes, and to know because you said yes, God is supplying all of your needs.
Amen. That is so true.
Wow.
So true. And I also think that it's important for me, and this is a reminder for myself every day, that I'm really serving God. I'm not serving Hollywood. I'm not serving the actors and the directors and the investors. I am serving God. And so all that I do it as if I'm doing it towards God, as opposed to, because we get so caught up in the flash and the red carpets and the events and all the name dropping that goes on in Hollywood. I really have to stay focused on who it is that I serve.
Wow. And with that, is there ever some times that that you feel like what do you do when distractions do try to emerge, especially being in the entertainment business, and you see a lot that people don't see, and especially when it comes to your walk and your faith? How do you keep yourself just stable and anchored? How do you do that?
Somebody was asking me that the other day. One of the things is I have a prayer partner who I can call anytime, and so we talk 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm able to pray. I have an email list of prayer warriors, because with technology today, even if I'm in LA, I can still have people in New York praying for me. So I have prayer warriors, I have a prayer partner, I have devotionals that I read every morning just to kind of get me started on the right track. Because if the first thing I open is my emails, my day's off.
Wow.
It's off, because I'm already focusing on all the things of the world and phone calls, and so I try to do my devotional first, and then I read everything else afterwards.
Wow.
Gives me a new perspective.
And just seeing you there, it's like a breath of fresh air to see a born again believer occupying high positions. Is not just in the church building. A lot of people think, a lot of young people might feel like, a church is boring. All we do is church. There's nothing like that. I just want to be like this person and that person and this person and stuff like that. But to see physically someone that is in the entertainment business and that is doing very well, and you see the fruit of their labor, you see them well-rounded, that right there speaks volumes. And I really want to see a lot more young people occupying. This is what my passion is. I want to see them occupy till Christ come. Yes. You don't have to just be up in the church. Everybody's not meant to be behind a pulpit.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And I think that if there's enough of us Christians that sort of have infiltrated the world, right, as we were called to do. And I think that there's enough of us that we can help bring those young people along, because they can look at people like us and say, hey, she's making movies and she's a Christian and she's able to practice the things that she learned in church and have a relationship with Christ and still be able to walk a red carpet. I think sometimes young people think it's one or the other. Either I go to church every Sunday and go to prayer service and read my Bible, or I'm in Hollywood. I think that there is a place that we are supposed to occupy, that is supposed to bring other people along. And so even when I select projects, I always have that in mind. What is the message? Who is it going to reach? Is this something that God would want me to say? And so while I don't do Christian films, most of my projects speak to people in a spiritual way.
Wow. I like that. One of my young people and we were having a discussion, and we were talking. I said, listen, you're born again, but like with what I'm doing, I said, okay, I happen to be in this profession and I'm saved. Because some people say, well, you know what, I just want to be a Christian director. So all you're going to do is do Christian movies? That's it? Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry if I say this. I'm going to step on some toes, but it's all right. It's all right. Not everybody want to just see certain things. Not everybody want to see Peter, walking on water in every movie. Ain't nobody want to always see that.
Well, that's why the Bible has more than one chapter, right? More than one book.
Yeah.
Because stories are told in different areas of our lives. We don't all live in the church. We don't all live at home. We don't all live at work. And so you have to have that diversity.
That's right. So. I'm I like her. Okay, I like everybody. I want a movie. I'm gonna give you a movie. All right. When we come back,
let's talk.
When we come back, we got some more. We're gonna hear some more with Miss Emelyn Stuart. Everybody,
Hello there. I'm Teresa Scanlon, Miss America 2011, and you're watching Life Zone Television.
Yes. It's getting good. This conversation's getting good. I'm so proud. I'm off air. We were just talking. I'm like, you really do that? Do all of that? all of that. Oh my god! I said you should get that S on your chest, Superwoman. Superwoman. It feels it's refreshing to see a born again believer doing what Christ said: "Occupy till I come, letting your light so shine." Sometimes you got to go some places and let it shine there. And because a lot of Christians, I would see that they'll get upset, they'll get frustrated. Look what's on TV, ain't nothing good to watch, ain't nothing good. Look at this mess. What you doing about it?
That's right.
We ain't doing nothing but being home and playing with your feet. I like that term, playing with your feet.
Criticizing.
Criticizing, talking, and ain't doing nothing about it. And just to see you up there and just doing it up and doing it in excellence.
Thank you.
Awesome. So let me ask you this: how can young people really get involved in media? You know, because we got social cam. Everybody just trying to be their own little filmmakers. Everybody positioning their phones like, all right, it's right here. Welcome. But how can they really do it and move in excellence and say, if you're that frustrated about what you're seeing, how about you be a part of this? How can they get started in all this?
That's the big question in the industry. It's how do you get started? How do you break in? One of the things I will say is that social media has made it a lot easier, right? So people can join Twitter and Facebook, and you can look up your favorite actors and you can follow them and look up producers and things like that. But there is a huge independent filmmaking community in New York City.
Wow.
And so, that's about going to Facebook and just following. Tonight we're having a monologue slam where aspiring actors come out and really do their thing and they win awards. And then we have celebrity judges who decide. Malik Yoba will be there tonight. Wow. And this is open to the public. So for our young people who want to get involved, there is plenty of opportunity. Mentorship programs are also great, where we can help the young people sort of come on set and see what's involved, just like you're doing here with your show. But there are lots and lots of opportunities. I don't want our young people to be discouraged. And for actors, people who want to be actors, lots of free classes they can take. Just lots of opportunity.
Because they need that. I really want you young people, I pray that you really paying attention to this, because some of you really need to get into this. All you do is film yourself anyway. Really, you film yourself, so why not film others and just do it in excellence and just start to cultivate that craft.
Absolutely. And now that we have YouTube, so you could have your own YouTube channel. We had a web series that now is going to cable. So there are lots of opportunities for people to do their own stuff, put it on YouTube, and get an audience. Because really, it's all about getting an audience. You could start with your church, right? And you can have them watch your show and tell other people so that it goes viral. And then you have more and more opportunities.
That's awesome. So where can we find you? How can everybody get in contact with you, to research you?
Absolutely. We have a public page on Facebook, and that's intended so that anybody and everyone can sort of follow us and see what we're doing. And we put castings there, opportunity for directors, for other producers, makeup artists, everybody in the industry. And that is Facebook, and it's just Stuart Film Group. We also have a website, www.stuartfilmgroup.com, or people can just look me up, Emelyn Stuart.
Awesome. Y'all heard it here. Listen, I thank you so much for being on this show.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
I'm so proud of you. I look up to you with that. It feels good to see somebody doing their thing for the kingdom.